And then here we are on the end of our walk. That is Maison Islet down there with the Rouge parasol. We were across the way where you see the cemetery and the paddock for the cheval, and now we proceed up Rue Midi, the middle street of village Pruno, and Presley, he be a little too nosy. Presley, come here, good. We're going to continue up this pathway. This is Monsieur Signor, Monsieur Simon, his familial maison, centuries old, typical Corsican architecture, beautiful grape arbor garden as we look down to our house. Presley, come here. Beautiful geraniums here in Monsieur Simon's window. I can't think of the French. Port, probably. And then we have this beautiful restored Corsican house, and the walkway down to I think it would be called a Moody level, Moude. Presley! I love the terrace, it is so gorgeous. I hope that Maison Islet will look this way someday. And then we have the view going down the rue to the square in Pruno, where the restaurant and the La Petite bar and the church is. And there are also sculptural tributes down there to former mayors. And as you can see, satellites in the middle of the midi of the Mediterranean Mar, or Mediterranean Sea, is very important to us as communication devices to the outside world. Oh, it is telling me the battery is low, and I was hoping to get down to the plaza or square level, or the place, as the French would say. Look at these beautiful roses. This is looking further down the Midi level to the churches at the end of that row. But I am going to continue down to Des Places, and I am hoping this battery on the phone will linger long enough for you to see the beautiful center of Pruno and the town square, the village place or village square. This is the tiny narrow entrance coming into the village. We have a lot of laughs in the summer because there are several tourists who drive RVs 5K up the canyon, and they get to this point and they cannot get their RVs through the narrow passageway that is the entrance to the village. This is down the steps to our quarter. It is called Quartier Tipione, and just behind the house there with the aqua shutters is Maison Esle. I love this little house here because it looks like a little Italian villa. And this house has similar faux bois, fake wood railings as our house does. They have beautiful, beautiful pink railings. This is the little children's playground. And here is the square or place of Pruno. Right here on my left is a local cheese vendor. They make the cheese from goat's milk and they sell it fresh here in the morning. And then here is our restaurant, and there is a Presley's little friend named Lucky. That is an indigenous Corsican breed of dog. I cannot remember the name of the breed, but Lucky is still a Shiot or a puppy. He was rescued by a friend, Mimi, this past winter or Henful, as he had been shot by some of the local wild boar hunters and wandered into the village. And Mimi and his sister Henriette adopted Lucky and brought him back to health. And now he is a beautiful, beautiful Shiat. This is our little restaurant run by Terry. He raises his own pork and makes his local charcuterie. And he also makes and serves local cheeses, fromage. And here is the church. It is from the Byzantine era, which would make it to have been originally built in the 1300s. The local Madame bonjour. The clock still strikes on the hour. And here are the plane trees and more geraniums in the place. And here is the view of the place. It is beautiful in the evening because the sun sets directly behind me and it makes the clouds shine orange. Absolutely beautiful. And again, there is that narrow passageway into the village of Pruno. Here is the La Petite Bar. It is a social center. It opens at noon for 2 hours and also in the evening at 6 p.m. for 2 hours. It is a beautiful vaulted space on the inside, stone vault. And let's see, what else do we have here? This is a fountain that is dedicated to a former mayor of Pruno. He was the mayor of Pruno from 1932 to 1943. He is a relative of Madame Mariani, who my companion William purchased Maison Islay here from Madame Mariani. It had been the maison that we live in now here in the village. Had been in Madame Mariani's family since the year 1730. It is traditional for the Corsicans to pass down the village houses through their families They do not put them on the market. But we were lucky enough to encounter our maison here in the village of Pruno on the market, a very, very rare occurrence. But Madame Mariani was a single woman living in Paris. She had no heirs, so she had no choice but to put her lovely, lovely Corsican village house, which had been her family's summer house for 350 years, on the market. It was a very, very emotional experience for her, but we are honored to be living in this beautiful piece of heaven on earth, and we are honored that Madame Mariani chose us to be the guardians of her heirloom Corsican maison, and we will honor the beautiful architecture that is indigenous to Corsica and the Isle of Beauty. Au revoir.